We're SlikRok Productions, and today we're going to do things just a little bit different. So most of our videos, we're out putting beat downs on machines, we're building machines, and we really enjoy that. But today we're going to highlight a company, and this is really what SlikRok is about. So I'd really appreciate if you'd watch this video through to the end, because this is really important to us. So there's a lot of bad companies out there. There's a lot of companies that make inferior parts. They overcharge for these parts. I don't want to talk about them because they're fly-by-night companies. It does not matter. But there's companies out there that deserve recognition. There's companies out there that are innovative, that are next level, that really care about their customers out there. And we're all going to spend money. We're all going to buy parts. And our job is to relay to you the companies, and through investigating and through going through process, I want to relay to you guys the companies that we think stand above everybody else. I think that's really important because you're going to spend money no matter what. We're going to spend money no matter what. I would rather go to quality companies who actually give a damn about what we think. So Super ATV invited us out to come tour their facility, and we met the owners and we met the guys that we deal with down at Rally on the Rocks this year. And these are really cool guys. We knew that we were going to get along with them, and we've done business with them for a long time. They sponsored us for a long time, and we've had a really good rapport with this company, but we've had that rapport for a reason. It's because they're a quality company. And so when we flew out there, we kind of had an idea of what to expect. So bear in mind that before these guys were sponsoring us, we did business with them for a lot of years. We've bought a lot of parts from them. And this is the reason we got involved with them, is because we've had such good luck with these guys. I mean, they've been just phenomenal to us. And so when we got out there, I was expecting something completely different than what I found. This facility is huge. I mean, I was just absolutely astonished with the size of the facility that these guys operate in. And what I didn't know was everything happens under one roof. So they have a customer service department, they have an R&D department, they have a test facility department, they have all their warehousing that goes out there, they have an engineering department where they're actually designing and building every day. And this place is all under one roof. So when I call and order a part out there, the guy who answers the phone is literally 100 yards away from the section that is actually building our parts. Everything is actually stored in the warehouse. There's a reason why they have same-day shipping. And it was unbelievable to watch the process that these guys go through. The things that we didn't know, the things that we didn't understand, I honestly thought it was a whole bunch of littler companies that were feeding Super ATV. I didn't know it was all happening under one roof. And these guys have spent a huge amount of money. So let's talk about the money being invested in the research and development part of this company, because that to me is what the most amazing part here is. So these guys, the machines that they've built, the things that they've constructed to test their parts were absolutely amazing. For example, their axles, the Rhino axle, probably the biggest name out there in axles. The 2.0 is coming out, some of them are out already, but they wanted this axle to be the most affordable and the toughest axle in the marketplace. They constructed a machine that bolts to both sides of these axles, and they work independently. So this machine will actually turn 170 plus miles an hour. They can put 10,000 miles on an axle in a matter of days. They put heat lasers on them to see where they're heating up, where the strain's going. They put slow motion cameras on them. They can stop one side of it, they can throw it in reverse, they can put them through all kinds of torque cycles, they can articulate them, they move independently. And so they're not only doing this with their axles, they're doing it with their competition's axles. They want to know they have the best axles out there. And so that money that they're investing in stuff like that is really important that we all understand that, because that's what's given us the best parts in the marketplace, the best bang for the buck, and that's what we're about. We can talk about their CNC tube benders, we can talk about their laser cutters that are CNC. Every machine they have out there is just top quality. They've cut zero corners on this. They want to know that they're putting the best brand out there. And that is really important to me, and it should be really important to you. And they're also, the owner, you know, he took the time to go out and he toured the facility with us. He explained to us what each machine does and why they do it. It literally gave me goosebumps to watch this man and the passion he has for this industry. The off-road enthusiasts out there that are buying parts need to understand what these guys go through. It was absolutely impressive, but these parts become the best bang for the buck because they're quality. The customer service stands on its own with Super ATV, and that's the reason we endorse them. So another thing that kind of shocked me a little bit, we were talking to some of the engineers there, and they've kind of gotten into the metallurgy of this, you know, the science behind the metal that they're using. So these guys, when they were testing parts, every once in a while they'd have an axle or a ball joint or an A-arm that would break under poundage of what everything else was breaking. And in order to figure out why, they literally bought a big huge x-ray machine that x-rays metal. It actually looks at the particles in metal to make sure that everything that comes into Super ATV hits a certain criteria. They don't want any weak points. We've all had that one axle that just broke for some reason, or one A-arm that just cracked easier, but this is what they're trying to avoid. And so that money invested into equipment like this, into the manpower and the expertise, is really another one of those things that sets Super ATV apart from other companies. So we're going to take you on a tour of what is Super ATV, but the first segment of this video, we walk into a conference room with the owner of Super ATV, and Jake's setting up some cameras and he hits the record button. And we didn't know he was recording, and so I think the conversation that took place when Harold didn't know he was on camera and I didn't know we were on camera is kind of important here. It speaks volumes about that man, his vision, and where he's taking his company.
I think so, yeah.
And not just a little bit.
Appreciate that.
This is really impressive, and people need to know about it. I think I was explaining.
Couldn't agree more, you know.
This young man and I were having a conversation, and when I saw those videos, this guy enlightens people as to what you do, but I think I endorse it. It's different. It's different coming from me than it is from him.
Sure.
And that's the element that we can work together on. I don't work for you.
Yeah.
You know, and when SlikRok decides, I've spent all of my time and effort in this business trying to make it very clear to people that I will not take money in exchange for saying nice things about your product, your parts. I will not do it. If I like it and you have good customer service and it's a quality part, I'll stand behind it and I'll endorse you. But if any of those things don't happen, I've bought parts from you guys for years, long before we did business together.
Yeah.
And every time I call somebody answers the phone, they reply to me. If I had an issue, they remedied that issue. And so it was easy for me to cross over that threshold and get involved with you guys because I already knew what I was up against. And so I had no hesitations about that. But to actually come here and see what you do, to see the amount of people here, the welcomeness that you guys have given us, the things that you test, the things that you build, that's super impressive. And I had no idea.
Well, that's one reason I wanted to get you here too, because realistically, most people don't.
Right.
And you know, we're trying to take like the axles to another level.
Right.
And think we can.
Right. I know you can. And yeah. I mean, you've spent the money and put the effort in to be above the rest. I mean, to be a standout company. You know, your A-arm machine back here that's literally testing A-arms of when they break, how much pressure it takes.
Yeah.
People aren't doing that.
Yeah.
We've been to other companies. We've ran parts from companies. They're not going that far. Knowing something's tough and tell me what it's made out of is one thing. Tell me where it breaks and how it breaks down in slow motion cameras while you're putting mass amounts of stress in multiple areas on it. That's a whole other game.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Nobody's doing that, you know. And I think it's important for the public to know that. I'm already endorsing your A-arms. That really makes me feel a lot better about it on top of that.
Well, and I'm glad you can understand and respect that, because we weren't there, and we made A-arms that didn't hold up and things because we didn't know. Right. Even though we do know the materials, but we're trying to even understand the materials at a different level. Right. And everything, metallurgy, heat treat, whole 9 yards, so that we can make the best stuff.
Right.
Because ultimately, I think that's what's going to win.
Right.
And,
I agree.
And so we're pretty excited, and then, you know, the testing part, I don't think anybody else is doing that. I don't
know of anyone that is.
And I come from a company that made lifts, like the lift we got out here.
Right.
And we tested stuff at a high level, and that's one thing that separated us from our competition. We'd buy a competition, bring them in, and they'd fail after X amount of cycles. And it wasn't the structure and stuff, but it was all the hydraulics and things, but it shut the lift down. Right. And we had a standard that every lift had to go a certain amount, certain way, and it made you better. Right. And so trying to apply something I had learned there.
Apply that knowledge to here.
Yeah.
Right.
So
well, I'm really impressed, and I don't, like I said, I didn't come here to kiss your ass. You know what I mean? I think it's impressive. You know, and
well, I'm glad you're here,
more than I thought it was going to be.
I think you'll see we're definitely trying in all areas. You know, and at the end of the day, I know you thought a lot of Corey, and but that's the other thing. If we get the right people, we win. You know. Right. And so
the right people definitely makes that your task ahead of you is a lot easier when the right crew is there. I mean, there's no argument in that. You have a good crew. I said I haven't come across anybody in your company that is offensive. I haven't come across anybody who's belittling. I mean, everybody's patient. Everybody deals with, you know, their day-to-day grind, and they're all very outgoing. I think that's impressive. It says something a lot about the workplace when you can walk through here and there's not drama and weirdness and people, you know, doing that.
You gotta have a little fun too, you know.
Yeah,
at the end of the
absolutely,
day.
absolutely. Yeah, you got a good crew. There's no argument in that.
So this is Corey. So Corey and I initially met down in Moab. He's kind of cultivated the relationship between Super ATV and SlikRok. This guy puts up with a lot of drama from us. I really appreciate what he does for us. It's really important to me. He's my go-to guy here, and thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do a lot of the ad creation, stuff like that for Super ATV, as well as sponsorship stuff. And that's how I got introduced to the SlikRok guys. They do basically a lot of videos for us, testing our parts, and do a good job at it.
I appreciate it, brother. One of the things about Super ATV that I was completely unaware of, which is a little shameful on my part, we've been doing business with these guys for a long time, but these guys go through a rigorous training course on the parts they build here, and actually, I'm in awe of it, and it's really amazing. But Tyler here is kind of in charge of he does a lot of their promo stuff. He's a racer for them. He's a super cool guy. He knows a lot more about this than I do. And I'd like you to kind of explain to me, like, let's start with your axles. And you guys build some of the coolest axles on the planet. We all know it. But the fact that it is, you guys put these things through absolute hell before you put them out in the marketplace. And I'd like you to explain to me how you do that.
That's for sure. You know, testing and R&D is key here at Super ATV. You know, we don't want to just release a product to the market that we're not confident in, selling that you can go out in Moab and your style of riding and beat on the product and not hold up. You know, we're riders ourselves, and we go out and push the limits, and we want something that holds up. So here in our R&D room, we've invested a lot of time and money in this area here. Trent is one of our main axle engineers that spends a lot of time out here. He's a very knowledgeable guy that really knows all the ins and outs of different tolerances and heat treating processes. So we are always continually trying to learn more and more about metal properties and, you know, different twisting strengths and tensile strengths. And with these machines here behind me, we're able to do that.
So this is Lindsay. Lindsay is the VP of sales here. This business is literally in her blood. She's family here. She plays a really big role in what goes on here at Super ATV, and also, I'm assuming, in the future what happens with Super ATV. So this is the first time I've ever, well, it's the second time I met you in Moab. It's the first time we've ever really talked. And I'm really curious as to what your thoughts are with what's going on before you and what the future holds and kind of what you think of this industry.
First, I love the industry. The off-road market, being outdoors, it's in my blood. Absolutely love for it, live for it. These beautiful sunny days, everyone's itching to be outside, but where the future holds for this business is we want to be known as innovators. We want to see quality. We want to see we want to push the limits of what we can bring to the aftermarket world, whether it's through innovation, portals of, we never dreamed portals would be big out where you guys are.
Right.
We thought this was a totally separate market, and it's revolutionized our thoughts working with you and what portals can do out there.
Right. Well, and that just being the surface of it, you know, is there's a lot of parts that you guys sell. There's a lot of parts you guys manufacture that I've known about that we've tested and that we've got from you guys, and we've been extremely happy with what we've bought. But it's not just the parts, it's the customer service, it's the price of the parts. And so I believe what you guys offer into this industry is huge. I think it's revolutionary. And coming here, learning what you guys do, the testing that you do, actually seeing the grind that goes on here day to day. You guys are clearly passionate about this industry.
We are.
And us as off-road enthusiasts, we appreciate that. Our viewers appreciate that. And knowing that your passion and our passion are aligned, all I can say is I'm looking forward to doing a lot of business with you guys. You guys are awesome, and this has been a great experience. And I'm quite sure this won't be our last interview we do, but it's a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm sure that you feel the same way I do about Super ATV. This is truly a remarkable company, and they exceed the expectations of most of us out there. That being said, if you make our sponsor board, it's because we have chosen you. It's because you meet a certain criteria. We have some companies out there that we're looking into, and they're looking into us, and we're doing some business together, but we will not infringe our values. We will not accept anything less or anything subpar. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be money spent, there's going to be profits made, and I encourage you to spend your money with companies that are doing the research, that are doing the development, and are being fair with the public. Those are the companies we endorse, those are the companies that should stay in business, and those are the companies that should get our money. Thanks for watching.